Hello and welcome to my cryptocurrency tutorial video. Basically what I'm going to teach you today is how to predict price. I'm going to teach you how to do it all on your own using TradingView. Okay. This is going to be a short and sweet tutorial. I just want you to get the gist of how to get a quick, dialysis of where price could potentially go so you can get the best price and buy-in without, using YouTubers or other people that are going to hype you up and you're going to FOMO in and lose more money than it's worth. Okay. So here's basically what I did, all right? And I did it really quickly on my screen, as you saw. I just grabbed one of the triangles. You can find that over here on the little toolbar. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places down. What you're going to do is you're going to hit that little arrow. It's going to come up with all these little different shapes. I use a triangle. Okay, some people like to use rectangles. Those are for different things. But for now, I'm just going to teach you a really quick, brief way. Figure out where price could potentially go and why. Okay. Now, as you can see, price has constantly followed a particular pattern over its history and life in terms of the XRP. Right now, I'm using XRP USD. This is the Coinbase version. For those that do care, the name is up here at the top. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to understand. These are considered bull flags, what we're seeing here, and I can break them down for you. Let me go ahead and do that. So we're going to say this one is a full bull flag right here. Oops, wrong version. Hee. I'll cut that part. Maybe I won't. So this right here, this full thing here would be considered our bull flag from the bottom here all the way to, we'll say here. And then this would be the flag waving up in the wind. And then this would be our second version of that flag here waving in the wind. However, as you can see, this one's a little bit in that lower spectrum, which gives me the implication overall that this could, so if you look here, this did dip down and then it came up and then came back down, right? And then we had these lower lows, and I'm sure all of the hype trainers on YouTube were telling you, this thing's about to run. Okay. Don't be a FOMO, right? Don't FOMO in. You want to make your investment. This one, however, does seem to be a lot more in that consolidational period, which means we might have a tiny move to the upside. Very, very seldomly do we see things that, skyrocket, especially when they have a lot of attention on them. And XRP is one of those things. I just want you to be aware. Yes, this can run. Yes, it can be like Bitcoin. Yes, it can do a million things. But I just want you to be wise with your investment and not FOMO in. And potentially, you're going to struggle with the fact that it fell red. However, that is the market for you. It always goes red at some point or another. With that being said, I put my line here, and you're probably wondering why. Why did I choose here? Why didn't I choose somewhere up here? Why did I choose right in the middle? Well, right in the middle. And as you can see, it's touching quite a few different spots. This is confluent areas of price action movement. As you can see, below this was where we had a lot of rejection and we came back down into our $2 and $1 zones over the course of the last couple of months, especially back in June of 2025, right? We came back to our lows. This was the lower side of the triangle. And as you see, I did kind of like a cross section here. And this is another way that you can kind of like give yourself a rough idea of where this thing can go. We can come and retouch this price at this $2.48. We can come and validate all this price movement before we run. We can bounce off of it and we can continue. We can also come to somewhere about right in here, right in this zone, and bounce off of that and continue up. As you can see, the reason I did my triangle, this is giving me a good overall viewpoint of what is happening. Okay, from the bottom here where we started, which was about 48 cents, which for most people, some people got it at 5 cents, some people got it lower. Okay, I personally got it at 58 cents. So, but what I want to explain to you is when you're investing in something like cryptocurrencies, these things are very fluid, which means they move up and down all the time because people are buying and selling and taking profit. And that is what we're seeing when we see these like in and out intraday things that are going on. Okay. Now we have two zones that are marked here. What I want you to do is I want you to go get a rectangle. And again, same location that you would get your triangle. You're going to take your little rectangle and you're going to map out these two zones that you mark for yourself. Okay. And I'm doing it for you so you can use this if you want to. I am not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. As you see here in this lower section, it says NFA Queen. That is my signature. I am not a financial advisor. I am telling you strictly based on my personal evaluations and charting over the last couple of years and learning how this works and playing the market and doing what I do, right? This is what I have discovered as a investor and a trader. Okay. Now, I have these zones marked out for you. The two prices that are very significant here is the 248 and the 273. So now you have two zones that you can actually enter in, right? You're giving yourself a ballpark of information of where this potentially could fall back into. Sometimes we do about the 30% to a 50%. 50% would be that 262. That would be your sweet zone of entry, 262.59. Okay. You might need to add that 59 at the end to get the price at the, at this price. Or you could put 63 and round it up because it's closer to 63 cents. And that would be like a good entry point for you, especially if you're looking to buy into XRP and get a little bit more bang for your buck, especially since you don't want to pay that $3 price. This is how you're going to find your price. A really good entry point. Now, can this thing fall through? Oh, absolutely. We can see prices lower again. Okay, we can go all the way down to that 248. We could probably even see as low as 226.58. Are the likelihoods high in that regard? No, this is a little bit of a lower ballpark of what we could see. Now, I have 3 zones marked here, right? There's just multiple areas that we're touching, and this is just another thing that you can do if you want to kind of give yourself a wider range of get in. And as you can see, as I adjusted my rectangle here, price lined up almost perfectly to the dot of that 248.65. Okay. This is giving you a wider range of potentialities. This is going to help you make more money. This is going to help you get a better price when entering and exiting certain crypto assets. Mind you, remember, crypto is very fluid. It does not always follow the rules because people buy and sell all the time. Now, with that being said, this is a bull flag right here, and this is on the biweekly time frame. Okay, we can go and dig into other time frames, but for now, I want you to focus here. I'm already, let's see, how much time am I on? I have 7 minutes and 50 seconds invested currently into this, but I'm giving you a short, quick, and simple way of doing this to find an entry point for yourself. You want to find somewhere that is consistent. Where is price consistently going? That is going to be your answer. And when you do this, you are more likely to set yourself up for success for a better entry than buying right at the top and losing precious income or investment money. And you can actually put more in at a lower price. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. I showed you a couple of ways to find a good strategy to enter. If you'd like more videos like that, please leave a comment. Like this post. Let me know what you thought. If you have anything that you want to add, please go ahead and add it to the comment section. If you have something that you like questions, I am more than willing to answer anything that you want to know. Thank you so much for watching.